Hello, beautiful collective. If you are seeing this, I do trust that this has found you at the perfect time. There is no such thing as coincidence, so either a portion of this reading or the whole reading itself will resonate for you. Always use your own discernment. Today, I'm starting with the Hanged Man and the Seven of Cups on my initial poll. Okay, so this is making me feel like there is a decision or a choice that you need to make that you're rather confused about. I heard it doesn't need to make sense, it just needs to work. So you may be looking for a solution, you may be looking for the best possible option or outcome to a problem, to a dilemma, to a choice, to a decision, whatever this is. But possibly feeling like you're in some sort of liminal space or like things are not necessarily clear yet. But you are gaining clarity, okay? You are going to find this option or this choice soon. Bottom of my deck is the Two of Swords, which talks about being at a crossroads, okay? Which talks about being in between two options, and it's sort of the frequency of ignorance is bliss. It's almost like you can't see what's going on because you're not choosing to, or you're not choosing to make a decision, therefore nothing is yet lost or nothing is yet gained, something like that. But I just feel like there is some sort of problem or situation in your life that needs clarity, that you're not sure of what to do or how to move forward or what the solution is actually going to be. And I have the Ace of Cups underneath this, okay? So potentially you're going to figure out which one of these cups is going to best fulfill you, okay? There is going to be an opportunity or an option or a choice that is best suited for your needs at this time. I just feel like there is some form of, like I said, ignorance is bliss sort of thing. Maybe just not wanting to see the truth, maybe just not wanting to see the reality of a situation. It's almost like smoke and mirrors. If this is within love, I do see you choosing one partner if this is between two people. If this is within a field of work or even in a personal issue, I do see you finding that solution. I do see you figuring out something that's going to emotionally fulfill you. I truly do. I heard pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. So the Wizard of Oz could be significant, or there could be something behind the scenes that you don't see going on. There could be spirit source working behind the scenes to bring you something, to bring you an answer. Our spirit guides are always helping us. I truly believe everything happens for a reason. And I think spirit wants you to know that you are protected in this time. And whatever sort of confusion that you have, whatever sort of roadblocks or stagnation you've experienced, it's all for good reason. There could be something within the jewelry that you wear as well. Maybe you wear family heirlooms. Maybe you wear jewelry from a passed on loved one. That could be a confirmation for you. Maybe it's something about you creating jewelry. I feel like jewelry is very significant for this collective. Nine of Cups just flipped over, okay? So extreme emotional abundance is on its way to you. This is no doubt in my mind. It's like you have your 9 cups and you're looking for this 10th cup. I think you're in a pretty healthy space when it comes to your life. I don't necessarily see you struggling or being under any sort of burden or overwhelm right now. I think there's more so just a confusion, okay, and a potential stagnancy of decisions to make here, or of a choice not being made, around something that would be an added benefit to your life. Or this is the energy of your whole entire life is great. There's just one karmic cycle that you're stuck in with yourself, or there is something that's holding you back from feeling all 10 of the cups at once. It's like you have all that you need except for your own gratification, except for your own self-acceptance. And I think that's why you're trying to figure out, how are you going to find this self-acceptance? How are you going to find the answer to this never-ending question, problem, situation, habit? The answers that you need are within you, okay? That is really what I'm picking up. It's like you may be searching outside of yourself for something that you already have within, okay? If this is a matter of you deciding, what is it that I need to change in order to drop this thing, or in order to break through and move forward from this thing that I do to myself, just know that your intuition will guide you and will lead you. I always say that intuition speaks as anxiety screams. So you could tell the difference between what your soul wants to do and what your ego wants to do just by that simple factor, that your anxiety will always scream at you about problems, about protection, about separation, about all of these things, where your intuition is going to talk to you. It's going to tell you what feels right, what feels safe, okay? There could be something too about the body as well coming up here. Wow, the Ten of Cups did want to show face, and the Ace of Wands. But there is something about feeding the body, hydrating the body. Okay, so if you're not hydrated at this time, please make sure to do so. That is something I'm feeling, because this Ace of Wands is almost like burning up the Ten of Cups. But there are 2 aces out here today, okay, as well as this Ten of Cups. So you are finding this 10th cup. That's absolute confirmation that the answers that you seek are going to come. This cup is going to come. But this is going to be because you are offered something, or you figure something out that lights you up. So I see you as someone who's possibly able to heal from trauma, to heal from pain or a sticky situation through creative pursuit, through creativity. This could be deciding on what to do for the day, like quite simply, because it is a 7, it always reminds me of the 7 days of the week. There could be something that you want to choose every single day to work on to ultimately get you to this 10 of Cups, okay? And I think this may have to be a creative project, or Spirit is asking you to tap into your creativity, to find solutions, to find answers to your soul calling, to get this release and this happy ending, okay? This is literally you finding that cup and getting the 10 of Cups, which is beautiful. I do love to see this. Okay, and the 5 of Wands is there's potential anxiety about you being in a space where there's a lot of conflict, or there's a lot of competition in whatever you're doing. So if this is a creative pursuit, or if this is a job where multiple people are working with you, or this could even be social media for some people, I do see you being able to work through this. I do see you being able to burn through that. Like I said, I felt like this is like lighting a match, or this is going to ignite you in some which way. You're going to be able to overcome any sort of struggle, okay, or overcome any sort of conflict that's possibly within your field of work. What else do we need to know here? Whatever it is, though, you are finding your answers. You're going to be able to break through the confusion. And the initial message was that it doesn't need to make sense. It just needs to work. So if you're like, oh my God, my skincare routine is like solving my childhood trauma, like if it works, like continue to use, Neutrogena. We got decisions here. So literally you in contemplation, literally you having to make a risk potentially at the bottom of my deck. Okay, to make a move from a space of like I said, not knowing, potentially feels unsafe for the emotional body, maybe for the inner child. You may be choosing to go back to an old creative project, or potentially even for some of you an old relationship or an old way of doing things, and it feels risky. There's something about sharing your energy with another partner here. It literally says partner to partner on the risk card, so I do feel like other people are probably involved in whatever this is that you are trying to figure out. That I just got an order on my shop and it just made a cha-ching noise. I'm not sure if you heard it, but that's a sign that things are coming in for you. Okay, that's a sign that whatever risk you're going to take, it's going to have a payoff. Absolute confirmation of that. But I just feel like other people are involved here, and if that's the case, then there may be a risk in asking for help, or there may be a risk in choosing one or the other person. Like I said, if this is in between 2 people, I do see you being able to find the answer, to find that happy ending here with the 10 of Cups, but it's almost like it's going to be a risk, or it's going to require some form of sacrifice, okay? But it doesn't need to make sense. You just have to be able to do it. It just has to work. And maybe you don't understand why you're drawn to this individual, or why you're drawn to this creative practice, to this job, to this way of doing things. But I think it's going to be, like I said, lighting the match to burn away all the old, and to allow you to step into the end, to allow you to step into your ultimate happiness. I'm we have trash. So potentially throwing things out, leaving old things behind. I think Spirit is really asking you to clean house right now. So if you do feel called to throw out old items, if you do feel called to throw away screenshots or memories or things like that, I think it's safe to do so. I think you're going to make way and make room for happiness, for some new form of opportunity, because you're no longer sitting in this liminal space of not knowing, because you keep seeing the old, but you're trying to step into the new. You must release the old to step into the new, and that's what the decision ultimately has to be. Are you going to choose the old way of doing things, or are you going to start new things? Are you going to step into that new version of yourself? And third party, yeah, so this could really potentially be between two people. But I'm going to get some closing messages here. What would you like this collective need? What does this collective need to know, Spirit? Nothing is yet set in stone. Okay. Which is the truth here. I mean, you have two options. You have multiple options with that Seven of Cups. So it's not like if you try something new, it's going to be your forever. But if you choose to take a risk, I do see that you have the opportunity to see what's on the other side, to access that Ten of Cups. But nothing has permanence except for change in this life. And things are ever changing. You are ever changing. The world is ever changing. The energy is gaining momentum. Yeah. I think that this is going to pick up speed. This is going to, I think, increase in, I'm hearing density, and also increase in just overall urgency. Okay, there needs to be a choice made. There's a big duality in the colors of these cards, and I just feel like at nighttime you may feel one way, and in the morning you feel another way. So take that if that resonates. That could be why there's this Two of Swords sort of energy here. I really do feel there is relevance to some form of polarity or in between two. So really, especially with the third party card, this doesn't necessarily have to be people. This could be just literally needing to make a decision. Okay, with this decisions card, to either take a risk and start something new, or to go back into the old. Really, that's what I'm getting today. But I feel ultimately your answer is self-love. This is actually just underneath the third party card. So the answer may be yourself. You may choose the third option, which is you. We should always do that. But I truly do feel like you're going to ultimately find this Ace of Cups. Okay? You're sitting as the Nine of Cups. And you're going to end up in the Ten of Cups. It's just a matter of you being able to really work through that liminal space with the Hanged Man and make some sort of tough decision. And know that there's going to be some form of passion that's going to come in to really clear way for you, or really allow you to see where to go from here. But this is a really beautiful message. And I think you're on the right path. I think intuitively you know which option and which choice you're going to take. I do feel like you're going to be very happy soon. I think you're going to be able to release yourself from whatever sort of waiting room energy that you're in right now. Okay, even if this is internal, it doesn't have to be between two people. It could be about two jobs, two ways of doing things, two habits, two cycles, two opportunities. Just whatever this is, you're going to find the passion. You're going to find the solution. Like I said, it doesn't need to make sense. It just needs to work. So I hope that this was insightful for you. I appreciate you connecting with me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.